In this video, I'm going to give you the absolute best strategy to start your self-improvement journey. Self-improvement is super important in your life. Self-improvement is when you get on your mission and start working towards your goals that you want to achieve. Self-improvement can be super difficult though if you go about it with the wrong strategy or no strategy at all. In my last video, I talked about mistakes that you make in your journey that can really mess you up. Now that you know the mistakes to avoid, I'm going to teach you the best way to actually start your self-improvement journey. Stick around for the full length of the video to learn all 5 of my best ways to start self-improvement. Let's go ahead and hop right in. Before you do anything else, you need to figure out why you're doing self-improvement in the first place. What is your purpose for self-improvement? You have to decide your why. Your why will keep you pushing and fighting when things get really difficult, and most importantly, it will drive you to your success. Do not make the same mistake I did of blindly going through self-improvement for months without knowing my purpose, which makes it super easy to burn out. Purpose gives you a reason to exist and a reason to be happy. I'm not going to go into great detail on something like this in a video like this, but the best way to find your purpose is to just go out and do. You should try anything and everything that you even have a slight interest in. Once you figure out your purpose, you need to come up with your personal mission statement. This will be your why in word form. Think about it often to remember why you're here. One of the most important things with self-improvement is you have to know why you're doing it in the first place and be able to build off of that. The next thing you should do in self-improvement is focus on one habit at a time. I highlighted the mistake that I made with this in my last video. But do not try to introduce all the new habits all at once. You need to be taking things slow. Things in life really do build one day at a time, and that's much better than trying to build it up all at once. Now that you understand that you need to take it slow, it's time to figure out what habit you want to build first. First, you need to know a little bit about yourself. For one, know the habit that you want to implement into your life, and what do you think would be easiest to implement into your life first. Next, you should be prepared for anything that's going to get in your way and how you're going to respond to that. Building these habits is not going to be easy, so you need to be prepared for relapses, setbacks, and complete lack in motivation to be able to keep pushing. Finally, it's action time. Take things slow and work at it every single day. Look back on your progress to use that as motivation to keep pushing. Building this one habit should not be too difficult, and it should build you a really solid foundation to keep pushing from here. This is the exact strategy that I've used to slowly build everything that I do now. The next thing in this process is something that you need to be aware of, but isn't necessarily a habit. You need to start paying attention to the media that you consume. In our modern world, there is media everywhere. Some of this media can build you up and make you feel much more positive and completely change your life if you go about it in the right way. Listening to positive music can completely change the course of your day and make you feel much better. On the other hand, there's a lot of very toxic media that you could be consuming that is completely ruining your mental health. A mistake I made for months was watching super sad videos on TikTok at the end of every single day. This was incredibly toxic for me. It put me in a super negative headspace at the end of every day, even if I had a good day before it. I'll also listen to a lot of very sad music, and it just put me in a very negative headspace every single day. At the end of the day, I strongly recommend that you pay attention to the media that you let yourself consume to be able to better your mental health. A quick thing that can really change a lot in your self-improvement journey is your simple day-to-day actions. You need to pay attention to what you do every single day. The super simple and small things can really build up and change your life. Trying to make small adjustments that take you really no time at all can really make you more positive day to day. A super quick thing that I started doing was making my bed every single morning. This sets the tone for the day and gives you a task that you completed super early. Another thing you can do is just ensure that you take care of yourself every single day. Things like self-care and exercise can really change how you view yourself and slowly start to change you. You need to remember that all these changes will not happen overnight. But you can change your life dramatically in a month or maybe even a few weeks if you really buckle down and change a bunch of small things in your life. The last thing that will really help you with self-improvement is having a structured plan. I do want to mention that you do not want to make anything like this as a super strict daily schedule that I talked about as a mistake in the last video. It is essential that you have a small plan in place when you are building these new habits. Having this plan allows you to know what habits you are trying to build and the best way to build them. And like I just finished talking about with taking things slow, it will allow you to know the order that you're going to build these habits in one at a time. And you'll be able to track your progress when it comes to making these habits routine. When I first started my journey a year ago, I didn't have a proper plan in place and it really messed me up. Now I have a super simple plan in my life that allows me to stay organized, take things slow, and still produce the content that I do here for you guys. I typically make a slight change in my life every 2 weeks and a major change in my life every 4 weeks. This just works for me in the way that I can adapt to things, and if it doesn't work for you, that's completely okay. I learned a lot when I finally implemented this into my own life. Following the plan that you come up with for yourself really allows you to go about self-improvement in the best way possible. In this video, I talked about the absolute best way to start out your self-improvement journey. First, I talked about the importance of knowing your why, and then I talked about building your first habit. Next, how you should definitely pay attention to the media that you consume, and then how to start slowly changing your life with day-to-day action. Finally, I talked about how to come up with a structured plan for your journey. I really hope that all of these tips actually helped you and that you can use them as you begin your self-improvement journey. If you want to learn more from me in self-improvement, subscribe to the channel and drop a comment down below on the different topics you want me to talk about on this channel. This video is the second video in my series on how to begin your self-improvement journey from start to finish, and I've gone over every single thing that I know about self-improvement myself and the things that I've used. If you enjoyed this video specifically, go down in the description and leave me a like and leave me a comment on the things that you enjoyed about this video because I really want to know what I can improve on. If you want to connect with me more, go down in the description and follow all of my socials that I have linked, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon.